Sailor Moon's movie. 1994. Review The Frozen Heart Beneath the Moon. The movie opens with one of the most mystical atmospheres in the entire classic Sailor Moon universe. A frozen queen from the stars, a woman of ice, a celestial invader known as Princess Snow Kaguya. From the darkness of outer space, Kaguya gazes upon Earth like the ultimate treasure of the cosmos. Not to protect it, not to admire it, but to freeze it entirely and claim it as her own kingdom of eternal snow. Right away, the movie establishes a dreamy cosmic atmosphere unlike anything else from the earlier Sailor Moon adventures. This isn't merely about fighting monsters, this is about loneliness, love, distance, and impossible wishes beneath the stars. And then, impact. Professor Tomoe becomes the very first witness to a mysterious celestial debris crashing onto Earth. Purple crystals glow from the crater with eerie beauty, while icy fragments scatter across the landscape. The moment feels magical and dangerous simultaneously. And suddenly, the legendary Sailor Moon intro theme erupts across the screen. Instant nostalgia. Meanwhile, television broadcasts reveal that Japanese astronaut Himeko Nayotake has officially been selected for the Lunar Frontier Project. Already, the film begins connecting its two biggest themes: humanity reaching for the moon, and the moon secretly reaching back. Usagi Tsukino, Serena herself, immediately daydreams about traveling to the moon with Mamoru Chiba. Classic Usagi. Even during potentially catastrophic cosmic events, romance remains at the center of her universe. Luna's secret story begins. One of the most unique things about Sailor Moon's movie 1994 is that this movie is secretly Luna's movie. Not Sailor Moon's, not even the Sailor Scouts. Luna. And honestly, that alone makes this film unforgettable. While wandering alone, Luna nearly collapses in the cold streets before being rescued by a young astronomer named Kakeru. Kakeru immediately stands out from typical anime side characters. He's intelligent, quiet, dreamy, obsessed with space and the mysteries of the universe. Inside his home are countless astronomy photos, telescope images, scientific documents, and lunar studies. The atmosphere becomes peaceful, melancholic, almost poetic. Meanwhile, the Sailor Scouts wonder where Luna disappeared to. But Luna herself begins experiencing emotions she cannot fully understand. And this is where the movie becomes surprisingly mature emotionally. Kakeru, Himeko, and the impossible distance. Himeko visits Kakeru soon afterward. It's immediately obvious she deeply cares about him, possibly even loves him. But there's distance between them now. Kakeru reveals he discovered a mysterious comet nobody else seems aware of. He names it Princess Kaguya. When he showcases the strange glowing crystal he found near the impact site, Himeko dismisses his theories. And yet, the crystal reacts violently. Kakeru weakens physically. Something is clearly wrong. What makes this relationship fascinating is how grounded it feels compared to the fantasy around it. Himeko represents logic, science, ambition, career, space exploration. Kakeru represents dreams, emotion, mystery, imagination, cosmic wonder. They love each other, but they are emotionally drifting apart like planets separating through space. That symbolism is everywhere in this movie. Luna falls in love. Now this is where the movie truly becomes special. Kakeru begins speaking openly to Luna about his dreams. He talks about believing there may truly have once been a princess on the moon. He wonders whether mysterious life forms exist somewhere beyond the stars. And Luna listens, not as a cat, but emotionally, almost as a human soul. As he speaks gently to her, Luna slowly develops feelings for Kakeru. It's subtle, soft, heartbreaking, especially because Luna understands something tragic. He can never truly see her the way she wishes. The movie handles this emotional conflict with incredible tenderness. The first ice invasion. Meanwhile, Princess Snow Kaguya begins her assault on Earth. Snow suddenly falls across the city. Citizens freeze into icy statues. Chaos erupts everywhere. The Sailor Scouts transform immediately. And visually, this sequence looks beautiful. The icy clone dancers created by Kaguya glide through the streets almost like supernatural ballerinas. The movie's animation during these scenes is genuinely gorgeous. Sailor Mercury attempts tactical analysis. Sailor Mars unleashes sacred fire. Sailor Jupiter brings thunder. Sailor Venus attacks directly. But the snow dancers are incredibly resilient. Then, finally, Tuxedo Mask arrives. In one of the funniest and most iconic entrances imaginable, Mamoru literally appears disguised as Santa Claus. Peak 90s anime energy. And with Sailor Moon's moon spiral heart attack, the frozen civilians are finally restored. But the threat is far from over. The cosmic mystery deepens. Back on the moon, Kaguya reveals her true objective: recover the crystal embedded within Kakeru. That crystal is absorbing his life force slowly. And suddenly, the movie shifts from magical romance into quiet tragedy. Because Kakeru is dying. Luna realizes this before almost anyone else. This realization devastates her emotionally, especially because her feelings for him continue growing stronger. Meanwhile, the Sailor Scouts discover that an unidentified celestial object is approaching Earth. But official observatories strangely report nothing. The tension grows. Something enormous is coming. Luna's human heart. One of the most emotional moments in the movie happens quietly. No explosions, no transformations. Just Luna sitting beside sleeping Kakeru. He speaks about wanting to become an astronaut, about wanting to fly to the moon. And then Luna kisses him gently while he sleeps. That single moment captures the entire emotional core of the film, because Luna knows her love is impossible. She's trapped between worlds, a guardian cat, yet emotionally human. The Sailor Scouts themselves even realize Luna is in love. And honestly, the movie deserves praise for giving Luna such emotional depth. Kaguya's final plan. As Kakeru weakens further, Princess Kaguya prepares her ultimate invasion. Earth begins freezing on a planetary scale. And this is where the movie's visuals become spectacular. Entire skylines covered in ice, frozen oceans, snowstorms swallowing civilization. Then, finally, the outer Sailor Scouts appear. Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Pluto. Their arrival instantly raises the intensity of the movie. The battles become larger, more cosmic, more desperate. Yet even their combined attacks are absorbed by Kaguya's overwhelming power. That's what makes Kaguya dangerous. She isn't evil in the traditional sense. She's emotionally empty, cold. A being who has never understood love. Sailor Moon's greatest strength. As the final confrontation erupts, Sailor Moon stands against Kaguya directly. Kaguya attempts to freeze everything. Even Sailor Moon herself becomes trapped beneath massive ice formations. But then comes one of the movie's central themes. Love generates warmth, powerful enough to defeat absolute cold. Sailor Moon rises again, not through hatred, not through vengeance, but through compassion, through connection, through friendship. And eventually all the Sailor Scouts unite their powers together in one massive final assault. The combined energy overwhelms Kaguya's icy domination. Yet the true emotional climax still hasn't arrived. Princess Kaguya Luna. In perhaps the most magical moment of the entire movie, Sailor Moon uses the crystal's power to grant Luna's deepest wish. And suddenly, Luna transforms into a human princess. The scene feels dreamlike, elegant, bittersweet. For one brief moment, Luna can finally stand beside Kakeru as an equal, as a woman, as someone capable of expressing the love she carried silently throughout the film. And together, they visit the moon. It's one of the most beautiful visual sequences in classic Sailor Moon cinema. And by the end, as Artemis and Luna mirror Mamoru and Usagi, as Himeko returns from space, as flowers bloom once more beneath the moon, the movie quietly reminds us, love itself may be the strongest force in the universe.